Hello, and welcome to our module. In the first video of this series, we'll be giving a brief overview of constructivism and introducing some of its main concepts. So what is constructivism? While constructivism is a complex and multifaceted concept, it can generally be defined as a view that emphasizes the active role of the learner in building understanding and making sense of information. One of the most important factors of constructivist theory is recognizing learning as an active process. When we encounter something new, we have to reconcile it with our previous ideas and experience, maybe changing what we believe, or maybe discarding the new information as irrelevant. In any case, we are active creators of our own knowledge. So how is constructivism different from more traditional methods of education? In a traditional IRE classroom or lesson, you will have an instructor or teacher that inquires to the student. The student will then provide a response to that inquiry, and the teacher will then evaluate that response, and the cycle continues. So in this particular model, it's very much teacher-centered, not student-centered, and a student seems to only be seeking knowledge for the approval of the teacher. How is constructivism similar to Socratic dialogue? We hear a lot about the need for a Socratic classroom, and students engage in Socratic discussions, which are entirely student-led discussions where a teacher takes a back seat and just kind of sees what develops. Historically, in Socratic dialogues, it's evident that Socrates helps people gain knowledge and discover knowledge, or a lack thereof, by making them question what they know, or how they think they know it, or why they're so certain that something is the way it is. So in differentiating this from IRE learning, it's kind of just a cyclical IR. There's an inquiry, a response, and then further inquiry predicated on further understanding the previous response given. This style of Socratic questioning truly allows a student to discover or construct his or her own knowledge. However, this is not to suggest that a teacher should never offer his or her own insight. It's more of an example of the utopic ideology underlying constructivist theory. There are two basic branches of constructivism. We have individual constructivism, as well as social constructivism. Individual constructivism is the way a person goes about individually constructing his or her own knowledge, whereas social constructivism takes into account the influence that social interaction has on how we develop. Under individual constructivism, we have Piaget, who discusses 4 stages of human development, determined by age and ability, moving from sensory motor to pre-operational to concrete operational, and finally the ability to complete formal operations. Also under individual constructivism, we have informational processing theory. This is really discussing how the brain interprets information, accommodates, assimilates information, as well as retains information. Both of these concepts will be further discussed during our individual constructivism video. In the social constructivism branch, we have the theories of Vygotsky. His theories consider the influence of culture on cognition, and are also unlike Piaget in the sense of development being a process undefined by predetermined stages that can in fact be impacted by social interaction as well as help from the more experienced. This potential for help, or scaffolding, is the basis for his theory of the zone of proximal development, and this will all be discussed further in our social constructivism video. Constructivism can be used in the classroom as a way of fostering a more inclusive, collaborative, and culturally responsive learning space.